So today we're going to be talking about the danger of bleaching skin. Why people bleach the skin. So skin bleaching is the use of chemical products, certain creams that comprise of a lot of chemicals to lighten the skin and appear brighter. So you experience that there are a lot of people that believe in bleaching the skin. So what are the dangers of bleaching the skin? So let's go there. The skin comprises of 3 different layers. So we have the first layer called the epidermis, the second layer called the dermis, and the next layer, the subcutaneous layer. So the skin comprises of a cell called the melanocyte. Melanocyte produces a pigment called melanin. So melanin is responsible for the coloration of the skin. So for you to be dark in complexion, bright in complexion, determines the measure of melanin in the skin. So the more melanin in the skin, the more darker you become, and the less melanin in the skin, the more lighter you become. That's why most times you see that if there's disorder of melanin in the skin, you see people having this kind of skin appearance like we call albinism or jato. So you see that kind of white and pigmented coloration. That is melanocyte disorder or melanin disorder. But let's come to bleaching. So the chemicals that are found within those products used are responsible to lighten the skin. How? Let's get to the mechanism of bleaching. What are the chemicals that are found in those cream or those cosmetic products that are used for bleaching of the skin? One, we have the hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is found in some of the creams. The function of these chemicals is to interact with the melanocyte and destroy them. So when melanocyte is affected, melanocyte will not produce more melanin, and then melanin will be reduced in the skin. So the more there's reduction in melanin, the more lighter the skin becomes. That's how bleaching happens. So you have the hydroquinone, you have the mercury, and other creams that contains corticosteroids. So they are used in those products to destroy your skin cells that are responsible for the production of melanin that will give the color to your skin, the normal color. So looking at this bleaching process, actually there is no specific health benefit to this bleaching aspect, this bleaching thing. But many people use those cream moderately to remove some dark spots from previous rashes and other things. But the prolonged use of those cream can cause danger to your skin. So what are the dangers of bleaching? Stay tuned. So the danger of skin bleaching involve the appearance of blue-black pigmentation on the face, most especially around the eye like this. So we call that exogenous ochronosis, followed by sterile acne. So acne is a form of rashes most commonly formed at the thorax area, at the chest. It's sometimes on the arm, the hands, the back. So sterile acne is that kind of rashes that will come as a result of skin bleaching. Acne is a kind of rash that affects adolescent age people as a result of body hormones. But this one is as a result of the use of steroids. So followed by dermatitis. So it's a skin disorder characterized by redness of the skin outside part of the face. Example, like somebody slap you hard, you realize at that point that the person's slap gets red. That's inflammation. So blister-like appearance on certain part of the skin on the body. The blisters, you see ulcerations, you see scaly-like dry part of the skin, and you also find small tiny rashes that we call the hips. They all found all on your skin as a result of the bleaching, because the outer layer of the skin has been tampered with, so it's very thin that it can be injured for common. For instance, somebody, like I said, somebody slap you and you experience redness at that point. That is as a result of the use of bleaching cream. So we have periorbital edema that may swelling around the arm as a result of the use of bleaching cream. So the next one is mercury toxicity. This is the use of cream that contains this toxic chemical or toxic metal compound called mercury. Mercury has a side effect by affecting your central nervous system, and this happens, it causes numbness, it causes tremor, your hand can tremor, body tremor, and you think maybe it's something different. Most times these things happen to people, but we don't notice them because we are not aware. But this is why we are here to tell you that these things can affect the part of your body. Forget the fact that you are applying on your skin. Remember, your skin got pores, and those chemicals can go through your pores and go through the glands, sebaceous glands, and it can affect you. So, followed by fatigue. Under mercury toxicity, fatigue, be very, very weak. So this is the reason why we advise people avoid using bleaching cream for a long period of time, because it has effect on your immunity. So you start having fatigue. It has influence also on your blood pressure. It can cause high BP. So there's a mechanism from that chemical that can increase your pressure. Moreover, mercury toxicity in the cream can predispose you to having skin cancer. So please, let's not get involved in using bleaching cream for a very long period of time. People use it moderately to get certain dark spots from previous rashes on their skin removed, but the use of this cream, abusing it, can harm you. Mercury toxicity in the cream can make you sensitive to light. When you bleach, the skin appears very sensitive to light, especially under the sunlight. You know, the sun has an ultraviolet ray. So the very hot sunlight and the flashing on the skin, the interaction can lead to the skin appearing darker. And sometimes you make it appear inflamed, like red, like something burning you, like a burn. So this is how toxic those bleaching cream can be. So please avoid abusing bleaching creams. So the last thing is that mercury toxicity can cause kidney damage, kidney failure. So that's what called nephrotic syndrome. There are tiny vessels in the kidney that are responsible for the filtration of urine and waste products and fluids. So those vessels can be damaged by the chemical from the bleaching cream, and the damage of those vessels will cause kidney failure. Then you start having symptoms of swollen feet, loss of appetite, having pain at the back, left and right, at the side where you think the kidney to be found. This is because of the use of bleaching cream, the abuse of this toxic chemical. So please avoid bleaching cream. Thank you so much. Please follow this page